Italy remains one of the worst hit countries by the coronavirus. It has become the new hotbed for Covid-19 in Europe. The grave situation in the country is best captured by these visuals on your screens. This is a statue of Italy's leading patron, Saint Francis, in the city of San Fiorano, which is under lockdown. The statue can be seen wearing a mask, symbolizing how precarious the situation is. 11 cities in Italy are under a complete lockdown and residents are living in a state of constant fear. The death toll in Italy has risen to 21. 4 deaths were reported in a single day and the number of positive cases have jumped from 650 to 821 in just 24 hours. The outbreak first originated in the northern provinces of Veneto and Lombardy. The northern region of Lombardy specifically is struggling to contain Europe's worst outbreak of the virus. Towns in the entire region are under a lockdown. According to the World Health Organization, nearly 24 cases have spread from Italy to 14 countries, Mexico being the latest, where 3 COVID-19 cases have been traced back to Italy. The Italian government has responded with stringent quarantine measures. Authorities say the containment measures will continue for at least another week. The virus has taken a toll on Italy's tourism industry, which is a mainstay of the country's economy. The United States has issued a new travel advisory asking all of its citizens to avoid all non-essential travel to Italy. More than 5.5 million Americans visit Italy every year. With the lockdown of many cities, Italy's economy has already started to take a hit. Milan, the financial heart of the country, has shut down most of its public events due to the outbreak. Meanwhile, Iran has been scrambling to battle the outbreak. 9 more deaths have been reported in this West Asian nation, taking the total death toll to 43. It's the second largest number of deaths, only behind the epicenter of the virus, mainland China. Coronavirus has till now infected at least 413 people in Iran. The virus has been fast spreading, and as the spread continues, there's a lot of information that's also doing the rounds. A fresh report from the BBC's Persian channel has claimed that the actual death toll in the country could be as high as 210. This is almost 6 times higher than the official figures. The report cites an official from Iran's health ministry. It says that most of the deaths are from Qom, the center of the outbreak in Iran and the capital city of Tehran. If the figure of 210 actually turns out to be true, the government would come under serious criticism. The government has outrightly rejected the report. The health ministry has accused the BBC of spreading lies. The Iranian government is already facing the heat over its handling of the epidemic. Iran has the worst death-to-infected ratio, even greater than that of China. Doctors working in Iran say that the country is grappling with the epidemic, but they say that the medical response has been hampered by government inaction. U.S. Secretary of State Mike Pompeo said that Iran's infrastructure was not robust enough to handle the outbreak and offered assistance to the Iranian government. Needless to say, Iran has completely rejected that offer. Imagine a day when you cannot step out of your home to buy basic amenities. Imagine a situation when you have to stock up on food for days. For those living in China, that is now a reality as the lethal coronavirus continues to claim lives and spread the infection across borders. Our next report shows you how life has been impacted on the ground in China's capital, Beijing.
Life in Beijing has come to a standstill. What was once Asia's biggest tourist attraction has now turned into a ghost town. The lethal coronavirus has infected and killed thousands across China, mostly in Hubei province and its provincial capital, Wuhan. Beijing too is facing the consequences of this deadly outbreak, which has crippled the global economy. Most sectors are now in a slump because of the virus, be it tourism, fashion, manufacturing, as China, the world's biggest factory, struggles to curb the infection. In Beijing, a big disinfection drive is currently underway. Workers walk through plastic tunnels and spray disinfectants at contagious spots like basements, warehouses and car parking lots. areas around dustbins are breeding grounds for infections and are being sprayed with disinfectants. Mass gatherings in one of the world's most densely populated regions are nowhere to be seen. It is evident that quarantine measures are in place in Beijing with very restricted movement of people outside their homes. Communities have been restricted, roads have been blocked, and locals are ramping up efforts to curb the virus from spreading further. Residents in the city are afraid of stepping out of their homes, leading to a boom in online orders.
I have fewer customers but more things for each order and more deliveries. Usually every time they come, they pick up 1 week's worth of things. Now they buy an increased quantity to minimize the time spent outside. Normally people shop for a single meal, but now they are buying 5 to 6 days' worth of groceries.
And as people stock up on groceries, shop owners are struggling to find manpower to make deliveries.
Recently we have trouble because communities are shut and we cannot find any workers to pick up the cucumbers and tomatoes because they are not allowed to come out, so our manpower is tight.
Such is the fear and panic surrounding coronavirus that residents who place orders for groceries avoid contact with the delivery agent. But some locals seem resilient to fight the outbreak.
Everyone has been saying that they have fresh vegetables, also they can even deliver it. And they have established an online presence. After residents make orders, they can even deliver. Of course, they cannot enter the community, but they will deliver it up to the gate. I think the spirit they have is really good. Some people would rather escape, so I think they are showing the greatest support to fight against the outbreak.
And for those who have no other choice but to step out, it is these masks which are an unavoidable first line of defense, which have now become a part and parcel of daily lives. Bureau Report, WION World is One.